It was the role as one of Paul Hogan's sexy sidekicks that pushed Lynda Stoner into the spotlight, but that was just the beginning. From there, she played the role of Kim on Young Doctors and Eve Wilder a few years later in Prisoner.
Now the Aussie actress has turned animal rights activist, and she has her role in Cop Shop to thank for it. And Lynda Stoner joins us live. Hi, Lynda. Nice to see you.
Lovely to be here.
Lots to talk about. Let's start at the beginning. How did you get your big break on the Paul Hogan show?
Do you know, I can't remember. I just remember lobbing in one day and John Cornell was there and the Divine, Delvin Delaney and Paul Hogan. They were just a very warm bunch of people and I had a lot of fun. That was mindless, fluffy fun.
Let's talk about Young Doctors. What are some of your fondest memories from that?
The cast, we were a very close cast and we sort of learn on the job because we were, you know, putting out like a film a week. It's a lot of television. So you learn on the job, you learn to find your marks, and we were working with some amazing older actors who, you know, you just learn to, you know, get your lines down quickly, and it was good. It was, I think I was in that for about 4 years and it was a lot of fun, and I made a lot of friends in that show.
Yeah, you must feel so proud. You've been involved in so many iconic Australian shows, haven't you? Prisoner, one of those, which people still talk about to this day. What's it like being involved with a cast like that? The alumni of Prisoner is really the who's who of Australian acting, isn't it?
It really is, and it was just wonderful to work with a whole lot of strong women. And we were working in the bowels of Channel 10. It was dark when we got there. It was dark when we left at the end of the day. But it was, I was so excited to play a character who was very bad. She was a very awful person. And because my boy was very little at the time, you know, I couldn't go on. They wanted to make me the Phantom Lagger. And so I said, OK, well, I'm going, so take me out with a bang. And they did. It became an R-rated segment. They had to put warnings up because they hung me.
Because it was very controversial for its time, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
There you are, just smashing one of the wardens in one of those concerts. Like, oh gosh, really got into it. Your son, you mentioned your son. He's in the entertainment biz, but not quite as you were or still are. Tell us about Luke.
Luke is the apple of my eye. He's also blessed to have two amazing daughters from, you know, his dad, Peter Sumner, who is just one of the best actors ever. And Lukey was an amazing voiceover person when he was a child. We didn't want him to go in front of the camera when he was little, but he could mimic, you know, he could mimic Alexander Downer. He could take off anybody. And so he did some stuff with his dad. He did some films and a documentary with his father. And it's not the kind of thing that Luke wants to do, though, for a living. Being in the public light is the antithesis of what Luke wants to do. So he's starting to be a yoga teacher. He's at university at the moment. But I think he had a lot of fun working, you know, in the industry while he was in it.
You walked away from the spotlight. You wanted to focus on your other passion, which was animal rights. Where did that begin for you?
It began just before I started Cop Shop. And I was in my mum and dad's lounge room and I was watching the news and I saw Harpsill pups being skinned alive. And while, you know, things on the news get to you and assault you and make you emotional, this one I couldn't forget, and it just haunted me, and that was the beginning. And then I read Professor Peter Singer's book, Animal Liberation, and that was my epiphany. And so I no longer consumed animals or wore their skins, or, you know, my whole life is free of anything to do with harming animals.
So the last 12 years you've been CEO with Animal Liberation.
Yeah.
Have you seen some changes? Are we going in the right direction?
We are. In fact, I was watching your interview with Max Markson last Friday, and three of the people that he mentioned, Bill Clinton, Arnie Schwarzenegger and Mike Tyson, they're all vegan. And the whole rising wave of veganism, whether you do it for the rights of animals or for the environment, as Bill Clinton does, Arnie does it for the environment. I think Bill does it for his health, or for the animals. Whatever it is, it's the way forward. And since I've been, you know, involved as an animal rights activist, which is going on 45 years now, I've just seen such tremendous changes and awareness growing, and I just feel heartened by, you know, young people in this movement. And yeah.
Good on you. Lynda, so lovely to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynda.